And you fall in one of those two categories or both, let's be honest. Welcome to Classroomology 101. I'm your resident veteran teacher, Kate, and I'm really very super pumped that you're here. See, I changed it up. I changed it. And if you're new, well, welcome, and I hope you'll consider subscribing. We just recently hit the 1,000, and that's a pretty big deal for me. So anyway, you guys, we're going to continue on with our alphabetical advice journey, and we are up to the letter U. I know, it's hard to believe. But the crazy thing is, I had intended U to be a different word. I was going to do this collab video, and due to some scheduling conflicts, I had to push that collab back. So I wanted to come up with a really strong word for you. And I went to one of the 4th grade teachers, Mr. Gilgannon. I don't know if you're watching, but anyway, I went to his room and I said, what do you think about this word? And he goes, oh, I think that word is great. So that was good enough for me. So today, for the letter U, oh wait, JK, we're doing the recap. Here we go. You probably were thinking, finally, she's gonna drop that dang recap. No, no such luck. A for administration, B for balance, C for change, D for documentation, E for evaluation, F for focus, G for grading, H for happy hour, I for inquiry, J for joy and jealousy, K for kindness, L for listen, N for music and motivation, N for negu and notice, O for organization, P for parents, Q for quality, R for recognition, S for stress and sleep. I forgot to mention stress the last time. I'm sorry, EJ. T for toxic and triage. And now we're at the letter U. Okay, so I picked for the letter U the word undermine. Yep, it's a thing. And unfortunately, it is a thing that many teachers experience. And unfortunately, some teachers also do this without realizing. And you fall in one of those two categories or both, let's be honest. So undermining, why is this such an important word? Well, a lot of times, especially the new teachers, they can be undermined not only by fellow teachers, which is horrible to say, but is true, but they can also get undermined by parents or even their administration. And you need to be prepared for this to happen. And if you can make it through your entire career without ever being undermined, bravo to you. And I'm really excited for you. But at my school that I work at currently, we are very fortunate that this kind of behavior does not really happen. That doesn't mean that I've never had it happen to me at my school. The difference is that when it did happen to me, I immediately went and spoke to that teacher about how their actions made me feel. I used my I statements. I feel that when you did this, it made me feel this way, right? Very much right there, speaking to them and taking care of it. Not going around to another teacher and to another teacher and another teacher. I went direct to the person that I felt undermined myself. And we were able to speak about it and to resolve that issue. And then occasionally it happened again, and I immediately went and talked to this teacher, and it has not happened since. We have a very strong, good relationship compared to if I had never spoken to this teacher. Now, I, without even realizing it, had undermined another teacher. I didn't realize I had done it. That teacher came and spoke to me, and we were able to fix what was done and move forward. And that is the sign of a school culture that is healthy. What you don't want in your school culture is that you have teachers that are undermining one another, and rather than speaking to the two people that are involved, speaking and talking it out and coming to resolve, starting to involve other teachers. This then puts your school culture and the people that you're supposed to be working with into a negative frame. It puts the entire school into a very toxic and negative place. And this is something you want to avoid at all costs. And so I think that you have to be aware that this can happen, but you also need to be aware that if you take charge and really speak to the people involved, you can squash that behavior from kind of continuing to grow or avalanche or whatever you want to call it into the other coworkers. And I think that if you are willing to reflect and to speak to the person, you can't be afraid of confrontation. You can't, because the reality is that not all confrontation is negative. But if you don't go and speak to the person and confront them for the things that they've done, they either, one, didn't know they did it. They didn't know what they had done, or you brought it to their attention and you've been able to talk it out so they understand where you're coming from, because we often come with different perspectives. And especially at my school, we work, a lot of our teachers come from Germany, and it's just culturally different than America. And so sometimes you just really need to see from their perspective and they need to see from your perspective. And so I think that I chose that word because I know that it's happened to me, and I know that I inadvertently might have done that to somebody else. And so I thought that it is something you should be aware of, and it is something that can be fixed. So don't harbor ill feelings, let them out and speak to the person, and you will find that the working relationship is a lot more enjoyable and pleasant, and you'll actually really enjoy your coworkers for what they can offer. So you guys, I think that's where I'm going to stop with Undermine. Just like a quick short one, right? But an important one. Not everything I have to do is long-winded. I know most of you probably can't believe I'm saying that. But anyway, it is true. Up next is the letter V. And I do know what I'm going to do, and I think it's one that's going to be extremely helpful. So if you have not already subscribed, think about it. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, on the gram. I'm the Sleepy Teacher, and I'm also the Sleepy Teach on Twitter. I mean, the socials are all linked. You just look in the description box. And the final thing that I wanted to say is that I recently wrote an article that should be coming out on November 8th. I will make a little promo video for that coming up soon. I hope you'll take a chance on reading it, because I really put a lot of heart and soul into writing this. I took it very, very seriously. And I just hope that it maybe helps people. The article is called The Pin-Inspired Classroom on a Budget. That's right. I'm all about being budget friendly. What do they say? Champagne tastes on a beer budget? Yeah, that's the Pin-Inspired Classroom when you don't have the money. Anyway, and I have an interview. I haven't quite finished my questions yet on that, but soon will be coming out for Inspirational Souls. So think about joining us. Once I have more details, I will let you know. And as always, I would appreciate if you share this video or any of all those other great YouTuber-y things that people do. And, just kind of help me to kind of keep making that momentum. I would appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's it for me. Wow, a short one. Who knew? I never thought I could do a short one. Anyway. All right, you guys, that's it. Now I'm just repeating myself. Bye. Hey, where are you going? Come here. Come here. Did you forget to watch my last video? Check it out here.